Hi, it's your friend Phil, Project Management Trainer and Coach here. Welcome to Project Risk Management Dataflows Summary. Risk management is all about managing uncertainty that can impact your project. Managing those uncertain events that could impact the outcome of your project, either positively or negatively. Risk management cuts across all of the knowledge areas. It's highly integrative as well, and for that reason, you'll see lots of processes from project integration management across this chapter. Risk management starts off with the plan risk management process, and in this process, we put together a risk management plan. Now, if you haven't already read the details of what is in the risk management plan, I highly advise you to do that because there are all sorts of facets of this plan. This is a plan where we define how we're going to manage risks, the different processes of risk management that we will include as part of our particular risk management on a project. This is where we define stakeholder acceptable tolerance levels. This is where we define how the probability impact matrix will look, whether it will be a scale of 1 to 5 for probability and 1 to 5 for impact or something else. This is where we begin to frame how risk management will be carried out. This is where we begin to address the stakeholders that will be involved, the frequency of meeting for risk management activities, and so on and so forth. So definitely read about this plan, the risk management plan, which we derive from the plan risk management process. The order, the structure, the whole idea about how risks will be escalated, different ideas about how contingency reserves and management reserves will work. It's all here. There's also a chart in this particular topic that's referred to as the definition of impact scales. It defines what is a high risk in terms of impact, what is a low risk, what is a high risk from the perspective of cost, what is a high risk from the perspective of schedule, what is a low risk, and so on. So look out for those definitions of impact scales. Now let's look at how the relationships are formed between Develop Project Charter and Plan Risk Management. This is becoming extremely repetitive. You've seen it in time, cost, and scope, and now you're seeing it in risk. The Develop Project Charter process feeds the Plan Risk Management process with the project charter, as you can see from this relationship. This is a recurring theme across time, cost, scope, and now risk. You'll also observe that in plan risk management, the tools and techniques are similar to those in time and cost. Very important to note that. I would advise that you take a second, open up your PMBOK guide, and take a look at plan risk management, plan schedule management, plan cost management. Keep your finger on that page and go to plan scope management and look for those similarities between the inputs and the tools and techniques. Now, you will not find analytical techniques in scope, but you'll find the commonalities in the tools and techniques across those more technically oriented knowledge areas, such as time and cost, syncing up with those of risk as well. Okay? Now, there's a relationship between Develop Project Management Plan and Plan Risk Management. Again, this is a recurring theme across time, cost, scope, and risk. And you see that the project management plan feeds plan risk management. Whatever exists of the project management plan at this point will feed plan risk management as relevant. We also have a direct feed from identify stakeholders for obvious reasons. In plan risk management, we are defining the how. How are risks going to be managed? And all interested parties, all relevant parties should be called into this process. For that reason, we have our stakeholder register as an input. Now, what do we get out of plan risk management? We get the risk management plan, and the risk management plan feeds all of those other risk management processes within the planning process group. In fact, if you take a close look at risk, you'll find out that there are 6 processes in the PMBOK Guide 5th edition, and 5 of them are in planning. 1 is in monitoring and controlling. So you're going to see the risk management plan being fed to 4 processes here. Now you can see that the risk management plan is fed into identify risks. In identify risks, the project team and the project manager and stakeholders, of course, are involved in identifying what could happen on the project that would adversely affect our objectives or the outcomes, and also what could go right on the project that will dramatically enhance our outcome or our deliverable. So in identify risks, you're looking for positive risks and negative risks alike. Many firms do not get involved in identifying positive risks or opportunities, but for the exam, be aware that both positive and negative risks are identified. The major output of identify risks, as you'll see, is a risk register that documents all of these risks, positive or negative. The next place that risk management plan goes is perform qualitative risk analysis. In perform qualitative risk analysis, the team is involved in qualitatively analyzing the risks. It could be